Picture this, a crowd in Los Angeles, summer of 1992. The tension is thick, riots break out, fueled by anger, rumors, and fear. But how does a few sparks turn into a raging fire involving thousands? Elliot Aronson invites us inside the psychology of groups, where everything you think you control, your beliefs, your actions, can be flipped by the invisible force of social influence. Why do we follow? When do we resist? The answers are stranger and more personal than you expect. Ever wonder why people copy each other, even when it makes no sense? Aronson's dive into conformity uncovers the invisible pressure that shapes your every move, often without you noticing. Back in the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch had volunteers judge line lengths. When everyone else gave the wrong answer, a staggering 75% of participants conformed at least once, even knowing it was wrong. It wasn't ignorance, it was the desperate drive not to stand out, to belong, even if it meant lying to yourself. Think of social proof as your brain's autopilot, like a GPS guiding you through a crowded city. When uncertain, your mind looks to others for a quick route to decide right from what restaurant to choose to who to vote for. It's efficient but sneaky, making us act as a seamless group, often without questioning. Here's the twist: once you realize you're being influenced, not just by facts but by the social vibe, you reclaim power. Knowing about conformity lets you pause, assess, and sometimes rebel. Freedom isn't just doing what you want, it's knowing why you do it at all. Love, hate, friendship, all exploded by tiny social forces. Aronson cracks open how sexual attraction and connection aren't just random but perfectly engineered by psychology. In a classic Harvard study, randomly assigned dorm neighbors reported striking differences in friendships and romantic sparks. Just living next door increased the chance of love. Proximity was a powerful force, overthrowing even personal preferences because what's close becomes familiar and attractive. Mere exposure works like a catchy song you can't stop humming. The more familiar something is, the more your brain likes it. This explains why ads repeat until you buy, and why that coworker sitting near you suddenly feels like more than just a colleague. The payoff: attraction feels like magic, but it's a formula of proximity, similarity, and physical cues. Once you understand the hidden equation, you see relationships less as luck and more as social chemistry you can tune, or at least understand when it's messing with your head. Riots, wars, and conflicts: how do ordinary people become agents of chaos? Aronson's exploration of hate and aggression reveals frightening social triggers beneath the surface. During the LA riots, what started as outrage transformed into violent chaos. Aronson explains it wasn't just racial tension, it was the perfect storm of social influence, anonymity, and group identity blowing rationality out of the water. People acted in ways no single individual would alone. Deindividuation hits when anonymity swallows your unique identity, like a costume removing your self-restraints. It's why mobs loot, yell, or destroy when no one's watching directly. The group blurs personal responsibility into a collective action, good or bad. Yet Aronson offers hope. Empathy and personal connection can break these cycles. Even during conflict, when you humanize the other, you dismantle the crowd's dark spell. Understanding this shift from social chaos to compassion is the key to peace, and it's surprisingly within your reach. Back in the heat of those LA riots, Aronson showed us how invisible strings pull us toward conformity, attraction, and chaos. Now you hold the scissors. Next time you feel swept up, pause, spot the social currents beneath. Try this: notice one moment today when your thoughts or actions follow the crowd, and ask why. That simple question rewires how you live and connect. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.